Yeah.
Well, it says connected, so.
Okay, we'll wait until he
Can you hear me
jumps
now?
in until we can hear him. Maybe he needs to reconnect or reboot.
Can
Maybe
you
he
hear me
forgot how
now?
to do it. Until we do that,
Oh boy.
yeah, fellas, Tesla has something that they're doing to stop people engaging in what they think is an autopilot, like they see in a movie, and they are crashing and dying. We've heard the stories. I don't know why we've heard more than one of these stories, but we've heard way more than I would thought. Mo, are you there?
I hope so. Can you hear me?
Oh, well, hey, all the Mo's. I didn't know whatever Mo wanna say. So I didn't know. I thought I heard something else going, but
Still can't hear me?
we'll figure that out. So anyway, Tesla has a trick for that now with their in-cabin camera.
Oh boy.
They can turn it on and they can see if you're properly operating the car right, which I didn't know that they could look at you. Why would Tesla need a camera where they can? Well, I guess if I'm doing a phone call or something.
Guess we're having some problems here.
I didn't know Tesla could see through the camera and see what I'm doing in the car. And
Tesla.
what are they? Yeah.
Tesla's headquarters can watch me drive my Tesla.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking that they can do. But I still want one.
Right. But I'll be honest with you.
Check.
You saying why
That's
you
not
hearing more than one
detecting it.
crash? I would be another one because if I bought that car and they said it was self-driving,
Test.
I wouldn't.
Hey,
Mo?
Yeah, I think you got me now.
Oh, you there? All right.
Can you
calling us from?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Fantastic.
Okay, there we go. Maybe you have. Do you have a volume control on your side?
Oh, you can't hear me well?
No, I can hear you. We can hear you well. Maybe turn it down just a little bit or back up.
Oh, sorry. I got too excited.
No, it's all good, man. Hey, man, I get excited too. It seems like it's been a while. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Oh man, you know how it is. Just they're living in a pandemic. It's not really one anymore, right? I mean, I don't know.
We're
I don't
open,
know where
baby.
we are on the. Well, we're open. Okay, we're open. We're moving. We're doing our thing. Are you back out in the streets, Mo?
I mean, I am going to restaurants.
Okay.
Trying to enjoy life.
Are you feeling comfortable being out? Like, is it like nothing ever happened, or is it still kind of easing into it? What are you doing?
I'd say it's still easing into it. It's you're just so used to having that distance from people to not getting kind of up in people's space and having the mask. So it does take a little adjustment.
And are the courts open yet?
They're starting to. They're starting to. So I mean, we've been doing stuff via video for a while now, which has been pretty nice. But now they're starting to have jury trials and stuff like that again.
You think the justice is better on Zoom?
I don't know if it's better, but for things, there was a lot of stuff that really we shouldn't have had to go to court before. Status conferences where we'd have to drive to the courthouse, sit there for 2 hours, wait for the judge. To where now you can just sit in your office and the judge kind of says, "All right, it's time to log in," and so much more efficient that way.
Now that's one. I think that happened in almost every industry, where there were some things that because of the pandemic, we turned it into a Zoom call, and we were like, "Wait, why were we riding across the bridge for this?" That kind of thing. So
exactly.
Yeah, so that is good. That is good. All right. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're getting back out there and out there eating and doing all that kind of stuff.
Important.
It's time for us to talk a little law.
Yes, sir.
And so we're talking to attorney Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. The website is justcallmo.com for all of your legal needs. You hear the ads on the show. If you need his representation, you know what you got to do. You got to call him. What's the number again? Is it 866-CALL-MO?
You got it. That's correct.
There it is, 866-CALL-MO, and Mo will talk to you about anything you want to talk to about. You ever get somebody just call that number and they just want to talk?
Actually, I had someone call me probably about a month ago, and I picked up the phone, and they just started going like they were my best friend. And I had they didn't say their name. I have no idea who it was. I just went with it. We had a lovely conversation, but still don't know what they wanted.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
866 call Mo.
Yeah.
But call about something, don't just jump in. Say
We
your name at least. Introduce yourself.
we prefer legal matters. That's
There you go.
it's usually a better call.
All
So,
right. What do we
anyways,
have this evening? Yes.
absolutely. So it's been a few weeks, so I got to prepare something for you guys, and maybe one day we'll get these technical issues down. I apologize for that, but this week's case for you is a case where we have a young kid, about 15 years old. He's out playing neighborhood football, goes, dives for a ball, and lands on his leg. Hurts his leg real bad. And so his mom takes him over to the pediatrician. Pediatrician takes a look at him and says, you sprained your groin," and just gives him some medicine. He comes back a week later, says it still hurts real bad. So the pediatrician sends him to physical therapy. So he does physical therapy for a few months, about 5 months, and the physical therapist keeps saying, "This isn't getting better. This isn't getting better." So finally, the physical therapist notices that he has a difference in his gait. The way he walks isn't real normal. So the physical therapist sends him over to a chiropractor to get checked out. Chiropractor looks at him and says, "This isn't right." Sends him for an X-ray, and sends him for the X-ray the same day, and finds that he has a fractured hip. The femoral neck of the hip is actually fractured. So this kid's been walking around on a broken hip for 5 to 6 months now since this happened. So my question for the panel is anyone liable for this injury? And if so, who? And why?
Okay. Really quick here. All right. That was a lot. We have a 15-year-old was playing football. He dove for a ball, landed on his leg, funny. Went to the doctor, said his groin was hurting. And then he went to a physical therapist. And the physical therapist noticed his gait was off. So then they sent him to a chiropractor to have him checked out. Chiropractor says, we take an X-ray. And then they find out he has a broken hip. And he was walking around on it for 5 to 6 months. Man, so many people looked at this thing.
Right.
But they didn't. Oh, I don't want to give it away. Go. Yeah. Yee. Who wants to go? Spike, you go first. You seem like you have something there.
Well, see, I know how Moses DeWitt. I've been studying your delivery, and I understand how you give cases to try to stump us, but not this time, my brother. So, what you said was his first thing. He went to the first doctor, who said that he has a hernia or something like that, right?
Sprained
nobody
groin.
said the word hernia.
Yeah, groin. That's it. Sprained
And he
groin.
gave him some ointment. He gave him some groin ointment.
So bottom line is, I think that guy is liable for giving a misdiagnosis conclusion.
Okay.
I said that right.
You're gonna go with misdiagnosis conclusion.
Yeah, that's the medical term for when the doctor did something wrong.
All right. Cat named Mo, how do you see this?
I don't think anybody's at fault. I mean, the kid dove, injured his groin. Yeah, I don't. There's no foul. I think everybody, the first doctor, gave his diagnosis. Now it might have been incorrect, but at the time of the diagnosis, maybe the full extent of the injury wasn't made known to him or couldn't be made known, and. I say there's no case. There he has no case. He was playing football or whatever he was playing, and he dove, and he injured himself. Kids injure themselves. That's what happens.
J. Aros.
Yeah, so the misdiagnosis was unfortunate, but I also feel like that it's also the kid and the family's fault because he put himself in that situation, put himself at risk, and also did not get a second opinion. So if he was still hurting after the whole situation and did not go to another doctor to say, hey, look, I don't know, I still feel bad or I still feel pain in this side of my body, and the first doctor told me is this, can you recheck that? I mean, it's basically on them for not doing that.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
man. I'm feeling like I really made a mistake here. All right. So what did you say when he had the X-ray? It exposed what? That you said? Didn't you said he had been walking around on a broken hip, but a fracture, but you gave it a fancy name, the femoral.
Yeah,
What
the femoral
head,
neck.
what?
So kind of the part where the actual hip bone sort of connects
Yes.
into that joint into the side of your hip.
Yes.
So the part right behind the ball there that kind of goes into that joint, that's where the fracture was.
All right. I had the same injury in 1999. I had a car
Okay.
accident. So, and I went on to have a hip replacement. But they took me from the car scene because I was limping. And the very first thing they did was order an X-ray in the emergency room. Walking funny, let's see them bones. That seems like the first step that should have been taken by the very first doctor, but that didn't happen. And then he went to another, or then went to another doctor. He went to a chiropractor next.
Pediatrician, then rehab, then the rehab sent him to the or rehab physical therapist, and then the physical
Oh
therapist sent him to a
wow,
chiropractor.
wow. Okay, yeah. Go straight to rehab. So just grind on it some more.
Right.
Makes it worse. And man, I don't know what happened with this guy. I know what happened with me. Obviously nothing. But yeah, I don't know what happened with this guy. But it seems, is anyone at fault? Probably. But stuff happens like that sometimes.
It
That's what I'm
does.
gonna go
It
with.
does.
S happens. Yes.
All right. That is your legal conclusion.
So
That has to be something in Latin that's the equivalent of that. Yes.
so Mo, Kevin, and JR both said, all three said, too bad, so sad.
Yes.
They did.
That's not how the system works, bro.
Or is it?
It does,
Well,
bruh.
well, it doesn't work like this, but I don't understand what you tried to point out.
All right. So you want to know what happened?
All right. Yeah, what happened?
All right. So at the end of the day, the pediatrician was the one who was at fault because he failed to do something very simple, which is order an X-ray. So ultimately, they found that that was malpractice for him. Not simply ordering an X-ray, following the appropriate procedures and doing so based on what he was told. And so, there was a malpractice lawsuit, and ultimately that was settled, shortly before trial. But what's kind of interesting about this case is this case actually happened down in Miami. We handled it in our office here. But I tried to refer this case to probably everyone possible because I didn't want to have to drive down to Miami, and nobody would take it. And they wouldn't take it
Oh,
because
you're a better man than me.
well,
I can
and
go to Miami any chance I get.
I don't know. Miami's too fast paced for me. But nobody would take it because they didn't think the damages were high enough because it was a young kid. He recovered pretty well. Basically, the only damages were that he might have to get an early hip replacement in the future. And ultimately, it was settled for over six figures, like I said, shortly before trial. But,
Oh.
a lot of people just, with medical malpractice cases, unless there's catastrophic injuries, they don't want to take them. So, they found that, the doctor committed malpractice here and, simply for just not ordering an X-ray. It was a simple thing. All he had to do was order an X-ray, and the kid would have been saved a lot of pain and suffering.
Two points I want to make. Y'all could have done that by Zoom.
This was pre-Zoom days.
Oh, okay.
This was
And
a
the
few
second
years back.
Oh, and the second point was, you hiring because I was right.
Hey, we'll talk. I always need good people.
Wait, hiring for what though?
We'll find a place for them.
Yeah, I drive to Miami.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, good luck with that.
I'm learning. I'm learning, Mr. DeWitt. I'm learning. See, I'm listening to your little tweaks. Like you got me with the guy with the in the chicken joint where
Chick-fil-A?
When the ladder land on the thing, I thought about that some more after we finished. And I said, oh, okay, I see what he's doing. He's telling us the answer without telling us the answer.
Well, we're glad you're having fun, Spike. Mo, did you happen to see that Bill Cosby story about him being denied parole?
No, I didn't.
Well, the headline, I saw it on AP News. The headline was Bill Cosby refuses sex offender program, so is denied parole. He's
Interesting.
83. Yeah, what was that say? He's 83 and he'd rather stay in the can.
God, that's rough. I can't. I don't know. I guess maybe that's just out of principle. I mean, who knows? But he's still got to have money, right? You would think he could still go back to his mansion or something. Maybe.
And I
Yeah.
say he's probably getting more love in jail than he'd get in public.
Well, yeah, he probably doesn't want to go out in public, that's for sure. But still, he's got enough money. He can stay in seclusion. No one would ever see him, and he could probably have a
and
nice
the
life.
thing about the kind of money he has is you can bring the public to you with
No,
the
you
kind of
can't.
money he
You
has.
can't.
I'm not going to
Listen,
jail.
listen. He loves being in jail. Those people worship him in there. He's being able to be a father figure to guys who clearly got misdirected in life.
Yeah.
He's 83. I keep going back to 83. We discard our elders in this country, in our culture. But Bill Cosby is everybody's dad.
Or was,
I would
yeah.
love to be in prison with Bill Cosby. What?
He might be looking at it as some sort of redemption. He might be seeking redemption and feels that staying in jail was the way to do it.
Well, I'm quoting from the story. We talked about this a couple of months ago when it was a story that he's getting a lot out of mentoring people, and people love him. And they don't love him outside of prison. They definitely don't. And plus, he's blind on the outside.
But Moses, does it change his status or his label if he goes to the program or not go to the program? That doesn't change. Does it change?
Well, he just has to comply with certain conditions of parole. Sex offender parole, which
No.
I don't. Is that not what you're
But
asking?
But I'm saying, is he considered a sex offender whether he goes to the program or not?
Right, he's already been registered as a sex offender. It's just a matter of whether he's outside or inside. If he's outside, he has to comply with certain things where he can't live in certain areas, can't be by schools, things like that.
But if he serves his entire sentence, he's still gonna have those parameters, right?
As far as I know, yeah. I mean, he's been declared a sex offender, so typically.
But you know what?
That's on
he
you for
didn't take
life.
a program. He didn't take a program.
Apparently not.
Not that, huh? Okay.
Well, it's like you could quit drinking or you can go to the AA meetings.
I mean,
one or the other.
I kind of wonder if
Whatever
you're right,
works.
Kevin. If he's just holding court in the cafeteria there and just kind of eating it up. I don't know. I mean, I would think it wouldn't be real pleasant, but
Okay.
who am I?
Think of every. Just look at you as a prisoner. Think of every prison movie you've ever watched, where everybody's a rough customer and you got to watch you back all the time. And then Bill Cosby walks in. Man, that's awesome.
I'm
He'll
sure.
lighten the mood.
Oh yeah, telling stories. I'm sure he's got great stories. I mean, especially if you're in prison with him, just sitting around telling stories
Best
all day of
stories.
the good old days.
Yeah, and he keeps repeating them too because he's 83. I know he's telling the same stories every day. All
Asking
the
for his
time.
Jello.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm surprised he was up for a parole in 3 years. That's
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised about that too. I mean, maybe it's due to his age. I'm not sure. Like I said, I really haven't followed it very closely at all.
okay.
But
I'll tell you this: his legal team had a response to this. You know what they said?
what's that?
Appalling. Appalling.
Appalling that he'd have to
Man.
comply with the terms.
Just period. That was the one-word statement when they were asked. Appalling that he was denied. Now my thing is, I'm sure that's like that law firm. What are they getting? Like $3.50 an hour? Is that what?
Oh,
would
you're probably
what would
talking
Bill
1,000 an
Cosby's-
hour.
1,000 an hour. I need more than appalling. I need something. I need a
It took
HD
them 4
video
hours
with
to
a
think of
drone
that.
shoot. Yeah, I need more than that. I
Oh,
need to
boy.
talk too. If I'm Bill Cosby, you need to get my voice out on Twitter. Okay. All right. Anything special going on for Memorial Day? You gonna you lighten up the grill? You gonna burn down your backyard? What you doing?
We might give it a whirl. I'm just looking forward to relaxing, hanging out by the pool, maybe grill a little bit, just have an extra day off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, got some good weather hopefully, so yeah, it should be fun. What about you?
Okay. You know what? Definitely gonna grill. I don't know which day. I don't know if it's gonna be. I might grill all 3 days, but I'm grilling. I'm gonna have to make a trip to the meat market tomorrow and see what's. I just kind of walk in and look at the meat and see what looks back at me, what looks good, you know. And
Okay.
then I'll probably cook some. I'll grill some corn, some elote, and we'll do it like that. And in the backyard, I put down the stuff to get rid of the fire ants, so we won't step in the fire ants anymore. Nope.
Fantastic.
And that's about it, man. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
And the kid, the wife, everybody's good?
Everybody's good. We had to rip out the driveway today, so we had one of those skid steers over here, and the kid loves those little machines. So I shouldn't call them little machines, but he was having a blast just watching that thing get ripped out.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, lots of excitement over here.
Yo, yeah. It sounds like it. All right. Well, enjoy your weekend. Happy Memorial Day and all of that. And we will talk to you next Friday.
Sounds good. Have a good one, guys.
All right.
All right. There you go. That's attorney Moses DeWitt from the DeWitt Law Firm.
All right, guys. Had a little
866
little technical difficulty there.
Just like that.
We got it figured out. Have a great Memorial weekend. And we will see you hopefully Monday morning and then again on Friday. So, guess Monday's Memorial Day. Will we do a Monday morning with Mo? I'll have to think about that. Haven't given that any thought yet. But anyways, have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. And see you next week. That was supposed to play an animation that did not work. We'll keep trying that. All right. We're just going to end it. See you guys.